Let's see what we got. And we are live. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Welcome everybody to another rendition of Delete Lawz. My name is ChilleDeCastro. I will be your host. I'm an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. I spent a good part of 20 years just researching law and learning stuff. And then in 2020, I started talking out loud. And then people started listening and talking and learning, and we kind of all got together. And together we have formed Team DLZ. If you'll put it in the chat for me, please. Team DLZ. We don't stop. Put it in the chat. We got Chevy's in the chat. Chevy's here already. Rancho Relaxo. What's up with the Playboy? Mr. Jones, Grateful Dabs is here. Holy snarling snake shit. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. What is going on out there? Just getting my setup here so I can see what you guys see, and we're going to jump right into it. We've got so many videos to cover. It is unbelievable. There we are. You guys do me a favor, double tap on the screen. If you're watching on your phone, just double tap right on it, or hit the like button if you're watching on your computer with the thumbs up. And we are going to get into some videos today. I mean, there's a lot to cover. I'm not going to be here for too long today. Harry Bird is in the chat. What's going on, South Bubba Gump? Dan Fizzle. What's going on, Mr. Fizzle Whizzle? What's going on, Playboy? Who else do we got in here? Jennifer Hill is in the chat. Right on. Rancho Relaxo. Mary is in the chat. Man, we got a nice room already. Bob Smith is in the chat. What is going on, Playboy? Lysander Spoon, 1808, a great American philosopher. The Constitution has either authorized the government we have today, or it has been powerless to prevent it. In either case, it is unfit to exist. And that was in 1808. You know, I got to... it's tough because we keep seeing it. Where you going, Mr. Bones? Are you sticking in the room? Good to see you, Chevster. What is going on? I appreciate you too, South Bama Gump. Appreciate that. Let's TVO is in the chat. What is going on, Playboy? Just got back from the gym. I'm still pretty sweaty. I'm still pretty hot. You know, I don't know about you guys, but the holidays are coming up, and there's more and more bad food out there. And got to try to stay away from it, Rosemary Hope. We got to stay away from the... Oh, you got another song for us, Chevy? Let's see what you got here. Let me see what Chevster's got it. Chevster has this chili pepper down. Chili, that Southern man. Character 02. Team DLZ, leader of the pack. That leader of the pack. That is hilarious, Chevy. That is absolutely hilarious. Let's see. We'll listen to that song today at the end of this broadcast, Chevster, for sure. We'll get into that. Jay Kramer, thanks for your emails. I appreciate you, Jay Kramer. There's a lot of videos to cover today, so I'm just going to jump right into this bad chicken. Going to spread this thing out. And it's crazy because, you know, Utah, you know, with the stop and ID, you know, we didn't really understand. I mean, I guess that personally, I didn't really understand how destructive Hybel versus Nevada 6 Judicial Courts, 2004. I didn't really realize how destructful it actually is, how it tears down our Fifth Amendment constitutional rights. I didn't really understand how horrible Hybel versus 6 Judicial Courts of Nevada 2004. I didn't really understand what a detrimental Supreme Court holding it was. Hybel completely and utterly decimates the Fifth Amendment, where the cop can say he has reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. He can just say that he does. And with reasonable articulable suspicion, remember, he doesn't have to be right. The 2014 case of Heen versus North Carolina says that a cop can make a reasonable mistake of law. So if you're stumbling around and the cop says, oh, I'm going to stop you to check for drunk and disorderly because I have reasonable articulable suspicion that you're drunk and disorderly. Hey, how are you? What's your name? Are you okay? And the cop's doing like a welfare check, but at the same time, he's investigating reasonable articulable suspicion, but you don't know the Hybel holding from 2004 and you don't give your first and last name, the cop can arrest you and put you in jail for failure to ID in 22 out of 50 states. That's 44% of the states. And then states like Ohio, and I've been reading about this all week long since I got back from Nevada. Then states like Ohio can pass Ohio Revised Code right here. 29-129 says a person who is in a public place is stopped by a cop who has reasonable articulable suspicion that the person has committed a crime, is committing, or is about to commit a crime must disclose their name, address, or date of birth if asked. So that's Heibel. Chevy with a super chat. What is going on, Playboy? Chevy already throwing in some dough for your man. Thank you so much, Chevy. Thank you for your unwavering support. I got you. DLZ Legal Limbo Lockdown Lament 225 by Gemini. All right, we're going to play that as soon as this broadcast, as soon as we're done. So it's just Heibel completely screws us all, and everybody has to know about it. Everybody has to know about Heibel, and I'm trying to get the wall done to teach it. Hopefully my friend Jay comes over tomorrow. We're going to be able to teach it. But there's just, Heibel screws us all. And then states are creating statutes, codes, and ordinances like Ohio using Heibel, saying that if the cop has reasonable articulable suspicion, then you have to give him your first and last name. Well, then where's our Fifth Amendment? The Supreme Court justices don't ever have to run on what they're going to do once they get into the bench. They just do whatever they want once they get there.
Hello. I'm talking to you, yes. Hi.
Now, this video right here, this video is going to annoy you a little bit. You're actually going to be annoyed with the guy who's being investigated by the cops. You're going to be annoyed with him. But let me remind you, this young man has done nothing wrong. So he's going to just continue to repeat, I've done nothing wrong, I've done nothing wrong. And he hasn't. But he's on the spectrum. He has some mental difficulties. So to him not being wrong or doing anything wrong has him just locked on repeat. And the cops are going to abuse him.
Hello. I'm talking to you, yes. Hi. Apparently we have moved this. I don't want you to be there.
Will Rockstar. Thank you, buddy.
I'm not sure why. Did they say why they don't want him here?
He's not buying anything, and he's spending a lot of time in the bathroom.
Okay. So I think it's time to get your stuff and leave.
So the cop is actually sitting down at the table with him. Do you see? That copper sitting at the table where he is. So that's what you're seeing happen right there. The cop is sitting right there. So he's sitting down with him.
I'm not sure why. Did they say why they don't want him here?
He's not buying anything, and he's spending a lot of time in the bathroom.
Okay. So I think it's time to get your stuff and leave. Are you understanding?
I guess he locked himself in the bathroom last week.
So do you notice the kid's a little bit off? Put a 1 in the chat if you notice that the kid's a little bit off. Watch his mannerisms right here. Most of us are pretty perceptive. You got 2 cops sitting with him.
I guess they locked.
But watch the kid. Watch how he behaves, because he doesn't think he's done anything wrong. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
Himself in the bathroom last week.
He locked himself in the bathroom last week. Someone's making accusations about you, but he's just sitting there chilling, looking at his phone. But he's being accused of...
Yeah, they didn't do it. That's nice. Well, they have the right to refuse service. Yeah, I don't have the right. Which they've done, and they want you to leave. Yeah, they haven't done it.
He says, yeah, but the captions are a little bit off. He says, yeah, but I haven't done anything wrong. Because the establishment there said that he was in the bathroom for too long.
You got an ID on it?
And there's the crack ID. They got to get that ID out of you. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. ID is crack for cops.
Okay, we got about 2 seconds to get out the door. I'm going to help you out the door.
And he didn't say F you up. He said, you have about 2 seconds to get out the door, or I'm going to help you out the door. In other words, I'm going to use physical violence on you.
I can't be any more physical. It's time to go. Yeah, I haven't done it. Okay.
And he says, yeah, but I haven't done anything. You can't hear it very well, and the captions are completely incorrect.
Stuff and go. I haven't done it. I don't.
Yeah, but I haven't done anything, he says again.
Here. Get your stuff and get out of here. You're not welcome to come back in here. Yeah. Understood? I didn't say that. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
See, when you're a hammer, everything's a nail. He's not talking to this young man like he's a young man on the spectrum that is a little slow mentally. He's talking to him like he's a bad dog and the cop is the master.
Get out of here.
Thank you, Will Rockstar. Thank you, Will Rockstar.
Okay, it's time to leave.
You did ignored him, so you did do something.
And you're
Actually,
ignoring me.
it's your lack of doing something. Okay, so they would like you to leave.
I haven't done it.
Either you're going to get out of here or you're going to produce an ID and go with me and go to jail. That's it. I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
I'm going to haul you out of here. Okay? Either you can get on your feet and walk or I'm going to drag you out.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Let's go.
Look at the level of escalation of violence. No sort of empathy or talking to him as though he's his own nephew or his own cousin or his own son. He doesn't do that. Instead, he takes this authoritative garbage stance to a kid who clearly isn't understanding.
Get your stuff.
They would like you to leave.
I haven't done it.
Either
So he just keeps repeating, I haven't done anything. You guys do me a favor, double tap on the screen, hit the like button. Just real quick, it'll just take you a second. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 1 million subscribers on this channel. Help us out. Hit the subscribe button.
you're going to get out of here or you're going to produce an ID and go with me and go to jail. That's it. I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
I'm going to haul you out.
And he says again, I haven't done anything, because in the kid's mind, he's done nothing wrong other than be in an establishment and use the bathroom. But I don't think the establishment ever told him they wanted him to leave Les Paul. Put it in the comment section, JBTP. JBTP.
Out of here. Okay? Either you can get on your feet and walk or I'm going to drag you out.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Let's go. Get your stuff.
So now he gets his stuff together. The cop hands him his backpack, but watch with the kid who's autistic. Watch what he does with the stuff.
If you come back, you go to jail for trespassing.
I haven't done it.
And he says again, I haven't done anything because he's autistic.
I don't care what you've done. Apparently you can't listen. Let's go.
He puts his stuff right back down in the chair because he's autistic. He doesn't understand that this cop is forcefully telling him to leave because he can't read faces. He can't read tone. He's autistic. We all understand that, right? I just want to be clear on that. He doesn't know what the cop is trying to do here.
I don't care what you've done. Apparently you can't listen.
No, apparently he's autistic.
Let's go.
He puts the stuff right back down.
Part of this, aren't you? No? Against the law right now. Put your hands up here. What are you not understanding?
I haven't done nothing. What do you want?
What's your name?
I haven't done.
And he says again, I haven't done anything. But right here, to me, for me personally, right here.
Let's go.
I haven't done it.
Okay, right here, if the cop is going to go hands-on and remove him, then the cop has kept the peace, removed the trespasser. At this point, it should be over.
Part of this, aren't you? No? Against the law right now. Put your hands up here.
And now he wants to throw the kid against the wall and feel him up and touch him and go all through his pockets because he was in Starbucks and they didn't want him there. So now he's being treated like he's a criminal.
What are you not understanding?
I haven't done nothing. What do you want?
He doesn't understand why he's done nothing, why he's being kicked out of the store. That's what's happening.
What's your name?
I haven't done.
And he says again, I haven't done anything. It's just incredible what we're seeing on camera here, and it's constant.
Faced a huge lawsuit if you post any of it publicly.
You're not going to be able to talk to him out of anything.
I know
Just
that.
Please go. No. In essence, what he's wanting to do is basically embarrass your family and all that. So, if you would just go back up to the house and we'll.
What he's wanting to do is basically embarrass your family. Thanks, Raj. Thanks, Raj of God.
We'll take care of it. Okay.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
You need to back up. No, if they don't want to be recorded, they're on private property.
Why the fuck do we care about that when we're talking about
Because
him
that's the
talking to
whole reason
kids?
you're out
We're
here.
talking about the reason why we're here is because he's talking to kids, but you don't care to look at this. You don't care to look at the evidence.
You're the one who put yourself in this position to have this whole problem. That's why.
I put myself in this position to have this whole problem when he reached out first to a minor.
You wanted to report a crime.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You would have contacted our detective, and you would have gone through.
You guys
Stop.
can't investigate?
So we can investigate the whole thing as is necessary by the state and the prosecution. I can't testify. Nobody can testify.
You're
to
lying.
The origin, no, to the origin of those messages, where they come from.
Do you not have enough probable cause to take his laptop or where he sent these messages from?
Right now, no.
Why not?
Because I don't know where the messages came from.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him.
And what did he tell you?
He told you that y'all came up here wanting to talk to him.
And what did he say? Did he say he was talking to a girl?
He said he sent some messages talking to a girl.
Did he say how old she was? Did you ask how old she was?
No, because
So you understand what's going on?
No, you cannot just walk up to a person.
Yes, you can. We do this all the time.
Okay, can I finish a statement?
No, because you're wrong.
All right, then. You guys need to get in your car and leave.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Knapp with the Sheriff's Office. You get in your car and leave. This is private property. You don't need to be here.
You
If you're
can't
not-
you
if you're
can't
not gonna
kick
cooperate
you
with our
can't kick me out
investigation,
unless they're gonna kick me out. You can't kick me out of shit.
You're on the edge of basically like harassing these people.
Oh my!
Okay?
You're such a fucking defender, bro.
Defense,
Yes, you
don't try
are.
now.
He called him a pedo defender. Fortnite Clips is here. Yeah. Probably not my best moment, Fortnite Clips.
Bro, you're
No.
you're
Don't
bitch.
try to label me for your clicks
You're
and
no.
views.
You
I'm gonna hear about
you
this bullshit,
you. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. To you.
He called the cops because he's trapped a child pedo. He's got him. He's got the data on his phone and his laptop. He's got the data to nail this child predator to the wall. And the cops saying, you called me out here for this bullshit. The guy is attempting to lure a child into a explicit situation. I can't say the words.
You
If you're
can't
not-
you
if you're
can't
not gonna
kick
cooperate
you
with our
can't kick me out unless they're gonna kick me out. You can't kick me out of shit.
You're on the edge of basically like harassing these people.
Oh my!
okay?
Right,
You're
Will?
such a fucking defender, bro.
He said, you're such a pedo defender. All my videos are demonetized and age restricted anyway. Might as well have a good time with the couple thousand people that come by the live stream. You know what I mean? Let's actually show the truth here. Put a 1 in the chat if you want the truth. Put a 1 in the chat if you want uncensored body camera. Put a 1 in the chat if it should be a crime for the cop to turn the body camera off. Put a 1 in the chat if it should be a crime for the cop to be able to turn the audio off.
Defense,
Yes,
don't
you
try-
are,
no.
bro. You're
No.
you're
Don't
bitch.
try to label me for your clicks.
You're
and
no.
views.
You
I'm
you
gonna hear about
you
this bullshit, dude.
this is bullshit. This is bullshit to you. So it's bullshit to you that he was talking to a minor.
No, but you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Oh, really? How do we catch the child predators who are scoping out online children? How do we catch them? Right? Because this man right here, he can expose this child pedo publicly, and we don't need the dirty cops, because once that child pedo is exposed, he won't be able to be a child pedo anymore because he'll be shamed into isolation.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
Call me a nigger now?
what?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He said, Anna. He said, Anna. He said, Anna. And the cop replied, N-er. Put er. Did you hear the N-er the cop just said? Holy shit.
You are,
no.
bro. You're
No. Don't
bitch.
try to label me for your clicks.
You're no. You
I'm
you
gonna hear about
you
this bullshit,
this is bullshit. This is bullshit to you. So it's bullshit to you that he was talking to a minor.
No, but you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
Call me a nigger now?
what? Oh,
That's
what?
exactly what you just
I
said.
did not say nigga. I said nigga.
And it's on video.
I said nigga. You said nigger.
Oh my God.
What he said is
He doesn't know the difference between Anna and N-er. Because, listen, I was in jail. You can be white and say Anna. Anna's got no problem with that. You can't be white and say N-er. And I'm talking about the least educated, the least socially adept will accept you saying N-uh in jail. Yo, Anna, get off the phone. I got to use the phone. Anna, let's go. I've heard that several times in jail. I never heard a white guy say, hey, N-er, get off the phone, because there would have been a riot inside of the barrack, inside of the dungeon. Stockholm syndrome there.
Fucking defender, bro.
Defender,
yes, you are, bro. You're
don't
bitch.
Try to label me for your clicks.
It's funny at Fortnite clips. You get the comments of the day today so far, right? If you say you're not racist. If you say you are. That is hilarious when you look at it in that context. Fortnite clips.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit to you. So it's bullshit to you that he was talking to a minor?
No, but you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
call me a nigger now? No,
whoa!
That's exactly what you just said.
I did not say nigga. I said nigga.
You said nigga. And it's on video.
I said nigga. You said nigger.
Oh my God.
Wow. What he said is that you called him a nigger, and he repeated it. He said, "Are you calling me a nigger?"
Nigga.
What's the difference?
What nigga's like, yo, what's good, man? You my homie. Okay, but is it professional for a Polk County Sheriff office to just say nigger? Do you think that's a professional thing to do?
Sorry, are you recording on private property after we told you that it's illegal?
Oh my gosh. Here, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna go live.
You have 12 followers?
12 million.
Do you know who our sheriff is?
Do I know who your sheriff is? And do you know how bad you guys are gonna look for not doing anything about a child predator?
Are you recording video right now? After we actually told you.
Officer, I'm recording video now.
Okay, so you all want to go?
Go where?
To jail.
To jail.
Yeah.
He goes to catch a child predator, and they're going to arrest the child predator crew. Are you getting what we're putting down here, Brown? That is just crazy.
You all face a huge lawsuit if you post any of it.
So if you post any of the child pedo that you have caught, you're all going to get in trouble.
Publicly.
You're not going to be able to talk to him out of anything.
I know
Just
that.
Please go. No. In essence, what he's wanting to do is basically embarrass your family and all that stuff.
So the cop tells the alleged child pedo, that this guy's just trying to embarrass him and his family, not trying to protect children from child pedos, that he's there to embarrass them.
If you want to just go back up to the house and we'll take care of it, okay?
Why are you putting?
So then he sends the people that the child pedo investigator has caught, and he's going to send them home.
Words in my mouth.
No, if they don't want to be recorded, they're on private property.
Why the fuck do we hear about that when we're talking about him talking to kids? We're talking about the reason why we're here.
The whole reason he's out there is to catch child pedos. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. The whole reason this gentleman has a channel is to track down child pedos who are trying to lure children in through the internet. Right, Jennifer Hill? Right?
Here is because he's talking to kids, but you don't care to look at this. You don't care to look at the evidence.
You're the one who put yourself in this position to have this whole problem.
I put myself in this position to have this whole problem when he reached out first to a minor.
You wanted to report a crime.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You would have contacted our detective, and you would have gone through.
You guys can't investigate?
So we can investigate the whole thing as is necessary by the state and the prosecution. I can't testify. Nobody can testify.
You're lying.
To the origin of those messages, where they come from.
Do you not have enough probable cause to take his laptop or where he sent these messages from?
Right now, no.
Why not?
Because I don't know where the messages came from.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him.
And what did he tell you?
He told you that y'all came up here wanting to talk to him.
And what did he say? Did he say he was talking to a girl?
He said he sent some messages he's talking to a girl.
Did he say how old she was? Did you ask how old she was?
No, because
so you understand what's going on.
Did you ask how old the girl he was that he claimed he was talking to? At least it's not a little boy.
Cannot just walk up to a person.
Yes, you can. We do this all the time.
Okay, can I finish a statement?
No, because you're wrong.
All right, then. You guys need to get in your car and leave.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Knapp with the Sheriff's Office. You get in your car and leave. This is private property. You don't need to be here.
You can't kick me out. Unless they're going to kick me out, you can't kick me out of shit.
You're on the edge of basically like harassing these people.
Oh
okay?
my, you're such a fucking defender, bro. Yes, you are, bro. You're
Don't
bitch.
try to label me for your clicks.
I'm
gonna hear about this bullshit, dude.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit to you. So it's bullshit to you that he was talking to a minor.
No, but you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
call me a nigger now?
This is where it goes weird. This last 45 seconds of this video, pay very close attention to the next 1 minute. I think it's 49 seconds. I'm sorry, it's 1 minute and 3 seconds. This last 1 minute is the weirdest 1 minute I think I've heard, and I have watched thousands of cop videos. This is odd.
it's bullshit to you that he was talking to a minor.
No, but you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
call me a nigger now?
Whoa!
That's exactly what you just said.
I did not say nigga. I said nigga.
You said nigga. And it's on video.
I said nigga. You said nigger.
Oh my God.
And then this guy comes over who's not a native English speaker. I mean, ICE is going to have to investigate this guy. He is not a native English speaker, and he's a copper in Polk County, Florida. We should investigate this man, right?
You called him a nigger, and he repeated it. He said, "Are you calling me a nigger?"
Nigga. God.
What's the difference?
What nigga's like, yo, what's good, man? You my homie. Okay, but is it professional for a Polk County sheriff
Did you
office?
hear? Wait. So it's 58 seconds long. Did you hear how this foreigner says "enter"? Listen to how he says it.
But you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
call me a nigger now?
Whoa!
That's exactly what you just said.
I did not say nigga. I said nigga.
You said nigga. And it's on video.
I said nigga. You said nigger.
Oh my God.
What he said is you called him a nigger, and he repeated it. He said, "Are you calling me a nigger?"
Nigga. God.
What's the difference?
What nigga's like, yo, what's good, man? You my homie. Okay, but is it professional for a Polk County sheriff office to just say nigger? Do you think that's a professional thing to do?
You guys, we got BZ Watchdog in the chat. If you guys are not subscribed to BZ Watchdog, BZ, I'm going to come right back to it. But this whole encounter right here, Grady Judd is the sheriff of Polk County. He should be rolling some heads because of this 1 minute clip right here.
But you're going about this whole thing wrong, dude.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
call me a nigger now?
Whoa!
That's exactly what you just said.
I did not say nigga. I said nigga.
You said nigga. And it's on video.
I said nigga. You said nigger.
Oh my God.
What he said is you called him a nigger, and he repeated it. He said, "Are you calling me a nigger?"
Nigga. God.
What's the difference?
What nigga's like, yo, what's good, man? You my homie. Okay, but is it professional for a Polk County sheriff office to just say nigger? Do you think that's?
I mean, put a one in the chat if this entire language makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel awkward. Makes me feel strange to even be a part of their external conversation. You know, I don't think words are like razor blades. You don't slice your wrist if you say Rumpelstiltskin, right? But it's just weird to feel this level of uncomfortability last time, and then we're gonna move to the next video.
Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here. You said,
call me a nigger now?
Whoa!
That's exactly what you just said.
I did not say nigga. I said nigga.
You said nigga. And it's on video.
I said nigga. You said nigger.
Oh my God.
What he said is you called him a nigger, and he repeated it. He said, "Are you calling me a nigger?"
Nigga. God.
What's the difference?
What nigga's like, yo, what's good, man? You my homie. Okay, but is it professional for a Polk County sheriff office to just say nigger? Do you think that's a professional thing to do?
Sorry, are you recording on private property after we told you that it's illegal?
Oh my.
Now, instead of them going there to investigate a possible grooming and pedophile case, they're now concerned about the journalist that his camera is running on private property.
Gosh, here, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna go live.
12 followers?
12 million.
Do you know who our sheriff is?
Do I know who your sheriff is? And do you know how bad you guys are gonna look for not doing anything about a child predator?
Are you recording video right now? After we actually told you.
Officer, I'm recording video now.
Okay, so you all want to go?
Go where?
To jail.
To jail.
Yes.
So you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail for investigating a child pedo ring. You're gonna be the one put in jail, not the pedo who's got set pictures of his junk, who's groomed this kid. It's going to be you that gets investigated and you that goes to jail.
now been arrested following investigation. Our investigative reporter, Rob LaPearl, has been digging into their past for us. Joins us now with his findings. Rob, what have you found out?
Well, Johnny, these developments come just 1 week after we began questioning the city on the status of their case, with leadership pledging to fully release the body camera footage and the names of the now 2 former officers. Now it turns out that one of the 2 men accused of unconstitutional policing was under investigation in the past for breaking the law. And now questions surrounding his employment are arising.
So he just grabs the guy. He's got his computer in his hand. I can't hear it very well either. I'm sorry.
2 incidents happening just days apart.
I can't hear it. Sorry, I can't hear it. So this is what's happening. You know how we always talk about pigtails here in the United States, that we shouldn't have pigtails as cops because they don't have to take on a man? Well, in the UK, there's no firearms. There's no guns. And so they have tons of female cops. And they bring in little mousy looking cops like these ones to investigate you for Facebook posts.
Okay, what was it? Sorry, I don't like the camera. You can have a...
I mean, look at this little blondie on the left. Looks like she's fixing her makeup and her hair tie more than anything else.
I can exhibit that to you. I just don't like the camera, really. Okay, well, I'm doing this because this is my own house and I am telling you why I'm doing it. So I just need to know why would she's basically viewed a post which is not an arrestable offence.
Viewed an offence, that's been.
Okay.
It happened in May and you're completely fine. The only thing is we need to seize the phone at this current moment. The phone needs to get seized from us, otherwise we will escalate this further. So
but with a voluntary interview. So have you seized anyone else? Is she the only child you're picking on?
So now this twit right here is in charge of you. This twit has the power over you. And listen, she's a cute little girl. She's probably, what, 22, 23 years old? And she gets to come to you and tell you that she's going to take your phone away from you?
You'd be able to come. Have you spoken to anyone else? No, we'll come to the station now.
Do you mind letting her finish her sentence before?
Yeah, does have to get further escalation, unfortunately. That's fine. We'll come to the station now.
The phone isn't seized right now, and we're not able to basically get the phone. We'd have to escalate this further, which means your daughter will get arrested.
For what?
Oh no, this is real, my friend. This is a real video. This has been around for a little while.
You in a social media post? Is that?
I need to go with that in order to.
No, absolutely not. What should we do to prevent destruction of evidence? I'm sorry.
Lisa.
That's fine. I would like
they
you
just
to leave
walk
now.
in your house
to leave
and take your phone away from you.
I have nothing more to say to you. A social media post. I've got nothing more to say. I'd like you to leave. You've harassed this child enough. I'd like you to leave. Lisa, that's no worries.
It's absolutely insane. And this is that was real. That was actually real. That, oh man, more of this. I mean, I hate to show you guys this ICE stuff because it's divisive politically, because people are including politics in with their cops now. Instead of looking at how people are being treated, how our constitutional rights are being stepped on, they politicized it and made it about either supporting Trump or not supporting Trump. These are our civil rights that are being run roughshod over, whether you like it or not. If they can do it to this person in the street, they can do it to you or your cousin or your brother next.
And just go run the records fingerprint sheet back at the station, that's all.
But I'm a U.S. citizen. We have to establish that, and we have to be confident that that's true. If you have your ID, you can give it to us right here. We can check it out. You're good to go. We'll be on our merry way, but we have to establish your citizenship.
So they're stopping this person without any reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime to check their papers. You don't think that's going to happen to anybody else now? If they do it to this person, they're going to do it to you. Look at Terry versus Ohio and Terry stops. Before there was a camera everywhere, Terry versus Ohio was perfectly fine. we collectively as a we group didn't know that most Terry stops were being done illegally, and they had been done that way for so many decades that cops are still doing illegal Terry stops on camera, and the judges are rubber stamping them. They're stopping this person with no reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
This is wrong.
So he has to provide ID as he walks down the sidewalk to prove that he's a citizen.
Okay.
You don't think that's going to happen to you? Put a 1 in the chat if you think they're going to apply this to you and me next. You got to show ID when you walk down the street to prove whatever they want you to prove.
Thank you for your time, Mr. McGinnis.
I have a question. Why are you guys not actually persecuting real criminals?
They're going to do this to us, y'all. Whatever they do to anybody in this country, we saw it with black people. The 1850 fugitive slave law made it so that Southern plantation owners could hire law enforcers to go to the North and bring back that black guy dead or alive. And anything could happen to him in the streets. The exact same philosophy is used on you now. When a law enforcer has a piece of paper that says you're wanted, they can do anything they want to you. They learned it from what the law enforcers did to blacks in the 1850s. And now they're doing it to us. And most people in America are non-melanated peoples. And there's the politics of it. As soon as we talk about anything, it goes Democrat, Republican. If you guys know me, you know that I'm a fierce centrist. It's two wings of the same bird. Two cheeks on the same butt. And only the asshole in the middle is the one who's going, oh, it's Republicans or Democrats. Same thing. Right, there's the politics in it. It's always political. It's always politic. It's always politics. It's always about the politics. It's just, it's unbelievable that we can't actually have a discussion without it going into, oh, well, it's the politics. It's the politics. So you guys remember this video? I covered this video. These cops are going to be tried for murder right here. I covered this video I think a day after it came out. See if you guys remember the video. These 3 San Antonio police officers are accused of murdering this woman in her apartment.
Hey, lady, get over here. Get over here.
Remember this video, y'all? Now, she has a knife on the other side of the window. There's a wall with windows between her and the 3 cops that are standing outside of her patio door. They're there investigating a break-in.
You're gonna get shot!
Okay. So she has a knife in her hands. You can see, though, there's a window here, there's a wall here, there's a door here that she's nowhere near, right? I covered this last year, 2 days after it happened. 2 years ago, I covered this. She's made no attempt to go on the back patio, none whatsoever. So now she says you don't have a warrant, but the cop is going to jump over the rail to go investigate. She's already shown the cop she has a knife and she doesn't trust them. What do you think is going to happen?
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Move, move. Go, get him. Hey, watch out, watch out.
just I want to play this back for you here, and I want you guys to tell me if I'm wrong or right. Help me determine this, okay? So this dirty copper is going to climb over her balcony, and he's investigating that someone could have possibly broken into this apartment. That's what happens here. You got two backup cops as this cop is going to jump over the rail, and she's saying you don't have a warrant. But now listen carefully and tell me if I'm correct here.
Let's go.
So he jumps over. She has a knife, and so the cops are going to shoot her.
Go. Hey, watch out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots. At that point, she's shot. So she's either grabbing the bullet holes in her body or she's on the ground in pain because she's been shot. Do we all agree at that? After 5 shots, she's been hit. She's either down on the ground or she's grimacing in pain, holding her body. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that's what happened. That's what happened. We heard the 5 shots. She's on the ground.
You ain't got no warrant.
Let's go. Move. Go. Hey, watch out.
Now she's on the ground. But now guess what happens now that she's on the ground? Count the seconds.
Let's go. Move.
I'll count them with you. Ready?
Go. Hey, watch out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds later, they're gonna unload on her. She's on the ground. They're aiming at her as she's on the ground. Is that correct?
Back up.
And now he's making sure that she's killed right there. Am I incorrect on this? Those last round of shots is making sure she's dead.
Hold on.
You ain't got no warrant.
Let's go. Move. Go. Hey, watch out. Back up. Hold on.
You ain't got no warrant.
Oh, okay. Watch out. Move. Watch out. Go. Get him. Hey, watch out.
Here's another body camera angle. This is another angle.
So if we have all this evidence.
Hold on.
They don't have any evidence. This is her apartment. I don't know if that changes your mind on it. 5 shots, good 5-second break. She's on the ground. Okay, a couple more. Now he's going to make sure she's dead. Here's another angle. He jumps. Hey, watch out. She's inside of her apartment, behind the wall, behind the glass, but look out. She could come out the door. Some woman with a knife's going to come take me on. I got a taser, a stick, and a gun. You better kill her before I have to take her on. They murder her there. They're shooting to kill. They're shooting to kill. So you figure we saw it plain as day that the cops climbed the balcony, escalated everything.
Good afternoon. We begin now with breaking news at 4. 3 former San Antonio police officers charged in the shooting death of Melissa Perez were found not guilty. The verdict.
They were found not guilty. It's on camera. We all saw what happened, and they're found not guilty.
Coming down just in the last hour. Following it closely all day for us, the trial, Zach Briggs. He's live right now outside of the Justice Center with the details and reaction to that.
And then Robin here puts the comment, and everybody welcome Robin. Welcome Robin Lynn to the chat. Thanks for coming, Robin. But Robin writes here, this is beyond heartbreaking. I wonder why she didn't comply. Comply to government agents. Government agent safety first. You can't be in your apartment and tell the cops to fuck off. You have to comply with them through your window, lay on your belly, submit your will. Comply to government agents, Robin. That's the logic that you've been taught. comply to government agent safety above ours. Government agent safety first, Robin, right?
Zach?
Yeah, what a quick turnaround for the jury, which came back with not guilty verdicts across the board for each.
Within 2 hours, they were all not guilty.
Former San Antonio police officer. When Judge Ron Hale read the verdict, there were gasps of relief coming from family and supporters of the 3 former San Antonio police officers.
There were gasps of relief for supporters of the cops.
Officers also heard some tears coming from the front row of the gallery where loved ones of Melissa Perez sat. The former SAPD officers include Alfred Flores.
Listen, you're not, some of you are not Latino. It's Melissa Perez, P-E-R-E-Z. They're saying Melissa Perez. They're saying it super fast as though we're all Latino and we can all understand it. But it's Melissa Perez is how they're saying it.
Alejandro, who were charged with murder, and Nathaniel Villalobos, who faced a couple counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Again, not guilty on all charges. Jurors heard from dozens of witnesses, including police officers, investigators, and experts over the past 4 weeks.
The experts are going to come in and explain why Melissa Perez had to be murdered through her window. They're all going to explain it away.
Perez was shot and killed during a mental health call at her South Side apartment. This was after authorities...
At her South Side apartment. She was in her apartment. She had a knife in her apartment.
Perez charged at officers with a hammer. Questions of a rushed
I'm so sorry. It wasn't even a knife. She had a hammer. She didn't even have a knife that could stick you and go into your throat and kill you. She had a hammer. You'd have to get a headshot perfect to really hurt him with a hammer.
And proper protocol were prominent talking points throughout this trial. Prosecutors arguing the charges. Jurors heard from dozens of witnesses, including police officers, investigators, and experts over the past 4 weeks. Perez was shot and killed during a mental health call at her South Side apartment. This was after authorities say Perez charged at officers with a hammer. Questions of a rushed investigation and proper protocol were prominent talking points throughout this trial. Prosecutors arguing the officers' warrantless entry amounted to burglary of a habitation. Defense attorneys counter that Perez committed a felony earlier that morning, back in June of 2023, when she threw a candle at an officer, allowing police to arrest her without a warrant.
Did you hear it? Did everybody hear it? Perez committed a felony that morning when she threw a candle at police officers. Did you listen to the bullshit? Government agent safety first. You need to comply to the government. Stop saying officer safety. Call it government agent safety first. You didn't comply to the government, which means the citizens think you're bad because you didn't comply to the government.
Nico LaHood and Ben Cifuentes with the defense.
Listen to this again just real quick. The police said she committed a felony earlier in the day when she threw a candle, as she's literally having a mental episode. Throwing a candle at a cop is a felony.
Prominent talking points throughout this trial. Mental health call at her South Side apartment.
Mental health call at her South Side apartment.
After authorities say Perez charged at officers with a hammer. Questions of a...
She said that she charged officers with a hammer. We just saw it. She was on the other side of a wall.
Investigation and proper protocol were prominent talking points throughout this trial.
The protocol. What? Oh, I'm so glad we took our time. What do we always talk about on this channel? Policy, procedure, and protocol needs to change. The cops hammered on the fact that they followed the proper protocol to murder her.
Call at her South Side apartment. This was after authorities say Perez charged at officers with a hammer.
She didn't.
Questions of a rushed investigation and proper protocol were prominent talking points throughout this trial.
Questions of a rushed investigation and proper protocol. And the cops said we did it just right. We followed our protocol.
Prosecutors arguing the officers' warrantless entry amounted to burglary of a habitation. Defense attorneys counter that Perez committed a felony earlier that morning, back in June of 2023, when she threw a candle at an officer, allowing police to arrest her without a warrant. Now here's...
She threw a candle. Irish Eyes with a super chat. Things on video, they're saying the same video we're seeing, and they come to this conclusion. We are doomed. Irish Eyes with a super chat. Thanks for the support, Irish Eyes. I appreciate it. You guys consider subscribing, becoming a channel member. Support the work. We don't stop. We don't stop.
Nico LaHood and Ben Cifuentes with the defense team just moments after the trial wrapped up.
Relieved, obviously. I mean, we knew what the truth was, but you never know until the verdict comes back.
They didn't do a thorough investigation, and this is shameful. I would hope that city council, city manager does something about this institutional failure, and it's unconscionable.
No. You don't get a fair shake at court. What have we been hearing for decades? Just comply with the officer and you'll get a fair shake in court. Put a 1 in the chat if we're not getting a fair shake in court. We could see it here. We saw the cops murder her. We saw them escalate it. We saw them climb her balcony. And they said, no, she committed a felony earlier when she threw a candle as she's having a mental episode. But she committed a felony earlier.
City, obviously. I mean, we knew what the truth was, but you never know.
We knew what the truth was.
The verdict comes back.
They didn't do a thorough investigation, and this is shameful. I would hope that city council, city manager does something about this institutional failure, and it's unconscionable.
Well, are you going to do something about the institutional failure across the country? Knight Rider's been a member for a month. Jackboot Thug Pigs need new training from the top down. We need to change the policies, procedures, and protocols, or they can kill us all. It's unbelievable what we're seeing. Thanks,
and the
Irish
defense
Eyes.
team emphasized their clients are not ruling out so-called remedies, which could potentially involve some type of civil action against SAPD. And we also have a brief statement from the Bexar County DA, Joe Gonzalez, said, quote,
"Of course. Now here's what the DA said to explain it away to you and I.
He respects the jury's verdict and has no further comment."
Oh, he respects the jury.
Zach Briggs.
Of course the DA respects the jury's verdict. The DA and the cops are best friends. They work hand in hand every single day. Of course they do.
10-5.
Of course. It's all it is such a scam. We're living in such a scam bullshit thing. So I'm not sure if you guys remember Tank Davis got arrested at his Miami mansion. I want to watch this breakdown because there's Gervonta Tank Davis. This is a boxer. He's a multi-millionaire. And he gets arrested at his Miami mansion. And the video just came out. So I want to watch it with you guys. I have not seen this whole video yet.
Any weapons on you?
Huh? What is that? The charger, man. The charger. Ain't nobody.
Get anything on you?
Stay with him. I'm at my house.
Okay, I don't know. I'm asking you. Gotta ask you. Who is in the car?
This is my car. She took my car.
Who is she to you?
We'll just be right here. My child mother.
Oh, okay. All right. Does she have any weapons?
No.
All right.
Right, Melania?
Just put down your phone for now, sir. What's your name?
Javante.
Javon. What?
Javante.
What's up, Josh?
My car, and I don't want her to.
This is Gervonta Tank Davis. He's a very famous boxer, world champion at one time.
She's trying to leave?
Yeah, she's trying to. But I got a driver to be able to take her wherever she want to go.
That works. Right. Who else is in the house?
Not for sure.
Who you live with?
Oh, my daughter and my other daughter.
How old is she?
4. She 4. I don't want people to see me.
Let's just come up here.
All right, sir.
What's your side of this?
She's trying to take my car. This is my truck. All my keys is placed on the counter in there. She took my car key and she trying to leave with my car.
Okay.
That's it.
Where does she live?
Huh?
Where does she live? Where does she
I don't
live?
know her exact address, but
Does she live in Canada? Does she live in the United States?
Come on, man. Y'all,
no, but she's local. Or she visiting.
Local. She local.
Does she live in Parkland?
No, she don't live in Parkland.
What city does she live in? Help me out.
I don't know. She can tell you better than that. You were just talking to her.
I know, but I'm asking you.
I cannot.
Where's she trying to go with it?
I'm new.
A lot of people in the chat are saying Gervonta Tank Davis is the current world champion. Congratulations, Gervonta.
I mean, I just moved here a year ago. I don't know what part of.
That's your baby?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Does the baby live with you or with her?
With her.
And you don't know where your baby lives?
He's trying to make this about.
I'm trying to find out what happened.
Okay, what he?
Wow, did you hear it? You hear what the cops are trying to do? They're trying to paint him out to be a bad guy.
I'm new. I mean, I just moved here a year ago. I don't know what part of.
I just moved here a year ago, and as you guys know, I don't know about you, but put a 1 in the chat. If when you move somewhere now, you really just rely on the map on your phone. You don't actually learn the layout like we used to as Generation X or Boomers. Generation X and Boomers, when we move somewhere, if I moved to Indianapolis, I would figure out which highways there are, where the nearest cross streets are. But now, when I go to Miami, I just look where my hotel is on a map, and I map it over to the gym, and I map it over to the science center, right? That's what we do now. I don't know the whole layout of Miami when I go visit. I'm not studying where the roads are, where the intersections of the highways intersect, right? So they're trying to clown him and say, oh, you don't know where your baby lives? Of course he doesn't. He knows how to follow the line on the map when he takes his car from point A to point B.
That's your baby?
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Does the baby live with you or with her?
Well,
And you don't know where your baby lives?
I'm trying to make this about.
I'm trying to find out what happened.
Okay, wasn't you just talking to her? Can she provide all them information to you?
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know?
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
You just talking to her though. What the information that she gave you? Can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as
All I'm just
fact?
saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. How did she get here?
She drove with my car. Yes, my car.
To get here?
Yes, my car.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you give her that car?
No, I did not.
Did you let her drive that car?
Yes, she
got here. She from wherever she lives. She drove the car here, so she takes the car home.
No, she don't. That's
drop off 5851 Holbrook Road.
Is it in your name?
5851 Holbrook Road.
Under my
You want her to leave with
Yes, I want
her.
How is she supposed to leave?
It's 1329.
I have a
And she got it right? You said you have a driver. Hold on, just hold on.
Yeah.
How is she going to leave? How is she going to leave? What do you mean, what do I mean?
I have somebody that, I have a driver that will take her wherever.
Get him over here then. If you're going to kick someone out of your house, you know.
Sir, you know what?
I don't have to, I'm sorry.
Wow, this cop is a real jerk. Do you guys see what a jerk this cop is being? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see what a jerk this cop is being.
I don't have to do what?
Bravo, 17 miles to me.
Tells him, get her.
She got it right? You said you have a driver. Hold on, just hold on.
Yeah.
So then one of the cops says, can she get a ride? You said you have a driver.
How is she going to leave? How is she going to leave? What do you mean, what do I mean?
I have somebody that, I have a driver that will take her wherever.
Get him over here then. If you're
And the word weapon was never said.
kick someone out of your house, you know.
Sir, you know what?
I don't have to, I'm sorry. I don't have to do what?
Bravo, 17 miles to me.
Did you put your hands on her?
No, I did not. Of course she's going to tell you if she did. Okay,
did?
well, okay,
I'm
why
just
did you ask
asking
me
you.
that? Why did you ask
Because that's my job, my man. That's my job. Hit you
It's your job to invoke your Fifth Amendment right.
behind the ear, kind of in the head,
Here, my head.
where your hand is.
Yes.
Is it swollen or anything?
No, it just hurts.
It just hurts.
Yes.
Okay, so he hit you like that. Then well, how about the lip? How did that happen?
Because how he hit me, like probably like with the hand, but I don't.
So that was one strike.
Yes.
That got both the side of your head and then
This side of my face.
and then came across the side of your face and caught your lip, and your lip like looks like it probably hit your tooth inside your mouth and caused a little abrasion there. What is that? Your alarm? Is that your alarm?
Because the gate messed up now.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen. This is going a little bit different now.
What?
She's alleging that you hit her.
So that's the whole crux right there. If she says you hit her, you're going to jail. Now, this woman apparently has some damage on her.
Of course she's going to say that
Okay,
because she wanted. Come on, bro.
This is a good thing is that you got cameras all over your house. So if you hit her, it would be on camera, right?
Yeah.
Just like if you didn't hit her, it would be on camera.
Yeah. Of course
Okay.
she's going to say that.
Well,
But the only thing is, I got to wait till the driver get here because he's the one that works the
the
camera.
cameras? Okay. All right, well, we're not going anywhere. Is your driver?
No.
Oh. How you doing? How you doing? Good. All right. We're just waiting.
We're just going to wait for what? I'm not really sure what they're going to wait for. This part right here is the part that just chaps me. So all that has to happen here for you to go to jail is this right here.
Where your hand is?
Yes.
Is it swollen or anything?
No, it.
Listen, this is
my
the part
job,
right
my
here.
man. That's my job. Hit you like behind the ear, kind of in the head.
Here, my
hit
head.
you.
Where your hand is?
Yes.
Is it swollen or anything?
No, it just hurts.
It just hurts.
Yes.
Okay, so he hit you like that. Then well, how about the lip? How did that happen?
Because how he hit me, like Probably like with the hand, but I don't.
So that was one strike?
Yes.
That got both the side of your head and then
This side of my face.
and then came across the side of your face and caught your lip, and your lip like looks like it probably hit your tooth inside your mouth and caused a little abrasion there. What is that? Your alarm?
Wow.
Is that your alarm?
So did you hear the end of that? The cop is narrating what happened when he didn't see any of it. Listen to the cop here. Just listen to the cop.
This side of my face.
And then came across the side of your face and caught your lip, and your lip like looks like it probably hit your tooth inside your mouth and
So he's just sitting there laying out what happened. He's telling the cop what happened.
Probably like with the hand, but I don't.
So that was one strike?
Yes.
That got both the side of your head and then
This side of my face.
and then came across the side of your face
Then
and
came
caught
across.
your lip, and your lip like looks like it probably hit your tooth inside your mouth and caused a little abrasion there. What is that? Your alarm?
Wow.
Is that your alarm?
Yeah, that's a good question. How many millions did he lose in endorsements from this right here? Whether or not he did it or didn't do it, whether or not she was hit or not, this man just lost millions of dollars in endorsements. And that's an absolute fact. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. He just lost his endorsements over this 911 call. Be very careful before you call the police that you're actually in danger. It's just unbelievable to me. And so, you know, this video is out of LAPD. And what this shows is that the police have been above the law since the very beginning. They're so used to being above the law that they believe they can drive however they want through any neighborhood they want, at any speed they want, any time they want. And if you die, or your son or your daughter or your brother, cousin, lover, best friend, sister's husband's daughter, then it's perfectly fine because they had to get where they were going.
This video is from an incident on September 19th. LAPD officers were running lights and sirens on their way to assist in a search for a parolee. The deadly impact happening right in the center median of Figueroa Street in Highland Park. The video is disturbing.
They just killed somebody.
Figueroa Street in
Dead.
Highland Park.
This
The
person's
video
dead.
is disturbing. 30-year-old Jerry Estrada, a graduate of Santa Monica College, was nearly home after leaving work when he was hit. Paramedics tried to save him, but Estrada died at the scene. The tragic incident remains under active investigation.
So it says here, I'll tell you in a second.
Been arrested following an investigation.
So sorry, there's a...
But this is one of those ones where I have to show it. We got to stay tight. We got to do our job. He's slowing down. Hopefully, there it is. Hopefully, it's going to.
Here we go.
To an end. But you have to remember, it doesn't mean that this is any kind of safe. Right now, it looks like he's boom. That's exactly what I was talking. Oh my gosh.
So you should be killed. You should be killed. Gervonta Davis has pled not guilty to domestic violence charges. But if you run from the cops, what this video tells you is that an off-duty cop can kill you. If you run from the police, it is now a death sentence. Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Dark Conception, Dark God just said, I hate how there's more bad cops than there are good cops. As far as I'm concerned, there's very few good cops. Unless they've arrested and charged the bad cops, then there's very few good cops. But in this video here, this guy's running from...
those ones where I have to show it. We got to stay tight. We got to do our job. He's slowing down.
Okay, now I think that they're going to justify attempted murder because he tries to run this bike cop off the road. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Do you think that they're going to... Yeah, we've investigated ourselves and found no issue, says G33. So put a 1 in the chat if you think they're going to try to justify this by saying that he was trying to kill our cops, so we killed him.
Hopefully, there it is. Hopefully, it's going to. Here we go. To an end. But you have to remember, it doesn't mean that this is any kind of safe. Right now, it looks like he's boom. That's exactly what I was talking.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Wow, we didn't see that coming. That really came out of nowhere as we were watching this motorcyclist. Very comfortable on the bike there.
Believe me, they're going to take that suspect. He's still moving. That is a plus. They are.
And then he jumped on him with his knees. Did you see this? This cop right here with this helmet on right here. Watch how he jumps on this guy with both of his knees after the guy has been completely laid out.
Motorcyclist. Very comfortable on the bike there.
Believe me,
So here comes the cop with the helmet on. Watch what he does.
Take that suspect.
Watch him. Watch him.
Still moving. That is a plus. They are definitely going to.
Whoa, dude. Whoa. Is that right? He already had a gun and already shot a cop and killed him. Is that right, Eepers? So he was accused of killing a cop. Is that why this whole thing is happening? Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does bring some clarity and understanding, right? Because if you shoot and kill one of my friends and I'm a copper, which I would not be a copper, but if I was, if you shot and killed one of my friends, I would go after you. But we're supposed to be better than the killers. We're supposed to be a little bit above and better than people who kill people. I understand the justification now, though. Thank you for telling me that this guy had killed a cop, which on this channel, I'll say it again, and I say it all the time. I do not endorse violence against cops. I don't like or respect 90% of cops, 95%. But I do not condone or call for violence against police or the government or any other person. If you do violence, you are not on this team. We are not for you if you are going to do violence and kill people. That is not what I'm about. I'm about going into government, becoming a government leader, and changing the policies, procedures, and protocols of the cops from the top down, including introducing police brutalities code. But we do not endorse killing of police on this channel. I don't. That's not what I'm the leader of.
Take him into custody. It did look like the motorcycle.
I'm not for killing people.
Once he was on the ground. Now,
yeah.
I have to say, you got a number of officers down there. I can guarantee you.
Apologize for that, but clearly just a violent ending right there.
So I found something interesting here, and I want to share it with you guys. Okay, and this happened to me, by the way, in Nevada, which I'm currently suing for. I wonder if you guys will be able to see this or not, but this is pretty... So, I guess you're not going to be able to see it. So, anyway, one of the Bundy sons was arrested and put in jail, 2 years in jail and hundreds of strip searches. The verdict was not guilty on all charges, so now he's suing for the hundreds of strip searches that he had to endure while he was in jail, which I think is completely and utterly justified. I think it's completely and utterly justified to sue for that. Now, this copper here, he's going to try to intimidate a woman for filing a complaint. And this cop looks like such a doofus. You put doofus in the chat. Holy shit. Jack Dog Steve is a member of Team DLZ. Everybody welcome Jack Dog. Thanks, Jack Dog. Omega Legion got a free membership from Jack Dog. Thanks, Jack Dog. Hit the subscribe button. Consider becoming a channel member. Help us get to 1 million subscribers. Double tap on the screen. Hit the like button. Let's check out this douchebag cop. There's so many of them.
Try to intimidate me and don't try to antagonize me. So me and you already had a conversation. You're racist. Get out of my face. I'm in the Delray Beach Police Department. I've already spoke to the chief of police. Get out of my face. You already know you already was disrespectful to me as a black woman. Get out of my face.
I can't hear you at all. Who did they send it? Yeah, I just said as McKay, but she's not here either. She's like the chief of police.
I've already spoke to the chief of police.
Well, who do you want to speak
Not
to?
you. Get out of my face. I'm here to file a complaint against you. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
You're not going to chase me out of my own PD lobby.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out
I'll
of my
just wait
face.
here till the other sergeant shows up.
You want to wait at? I'm standing just like this. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Stop trying to intimidate me and stop trying to antagonize me. Get out of my face.
You're the antagonistic person.
And you're attacking.
And let me remind you guys watching this, she went to the Delray Police Department to file a complaint on him. That's why she's there. Woman goes to the Delray Police Department to file a complaint on the cop, and the cop who she's filing the complaint on tries to run her out.
Too. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. This is the same thing you
I'll
did to me
remain
last
here.
time, and I'm gonna remain here too. We'll just stand here
if that
together
gets
till
much
we get
closer
here.
to my face,
If
you're
you're
gonna get
closer
arrested.
to me, I've been standing here.
You're
You're
gonna wind
in
up
my
arrested.
face. I've been standing
You're
here.
gonna wind up
You're in
arrested.
my face. I've been standing
Can you send me
here.
a 94?
You're in my face. I was standing here before you. You're walking in my face. You're in my face, and you know you are. You're in
butt
my
out.
face. I've been standing here. You're in my face. That's why you're looking at me like that. That's the same thing you did to me the other day, racist cop.
You know, it's funny because you guys know, I always point it out. I always say, we watch a video and I say, this very well could be racist, right? I always point it out. We need to see the video so we know if he was being a racist bastard or not. Because a lot of times they are. You and I don't want to see it because we're not melanated. The truth is, a lot of times, the socioeconomics are posted. Black folks have 1/3 of the money of white folks. This cop knows that. A lot of times it's racist. Is hers racist? I don't know. I didn't see the video. I couldn't possibly say. She's saying it is. A couple super chats came in. Omega Legion said, do you think violence is the only answer they need? Unfortunately, every revolution that worked was done with violence. The only revolution that actually worked that I'm privy to that didn't use violence was Gandhi. He was the only one. And in Gandhi's revolution, there was still some violence. Another super chat from Grateful Dabs. He put Jackboot Thug Pigs. Thanks for the support in the super chats. Consider becoming a channel member. Hit the subscribe button, please. Double tap, hit the like button if you would on your phone, or hit the thumbs up.
And I'm not moving. I've been standing here. You're in my face. That's why you're looking at me like that. That's the same thing you did to me the other day, racist cop.
Oof.
And I'm not moving.
Routine. She's just causing a huge disturbance.
I might be causing a disturbance,
Brandon.
but I was standing here before you, politely sitting there. So you're causing a disturbance.
This is
Because
me,
I'm
Brandon.
black and I'm a woman, I'm causing disturbance?
Okay.
There you go, Brandon.
So, Sergeant
I'm not
McCabe-
talking to you
Sergeant
right now.
McCabe
I'm
will
not
be in here to
bothering
take
you.
your
I'm not
complaint.
bothering you.
Okay.
I would prefer to speak to the chief of police, being that you're in my face antagonizing me. You called the whole back up on me for what? I was sitting over there minding my business.
We can talk in this room right quick, and then we can wait for, I can get another.
Can I ask you who you are before I move forward? Because I don't know you. I was speaking to
Right,
the chief
Chris?
of police and the city manager. I don't know why I got people
Right, Chris?
here. I was with the city manager and the chief of police on Monday.
See, now you guys know my perspective. Put Team DLZ in the chat. Put Team DLZ in the chat. We don't stop. Put it in the chat. Jennifer Hill, Jilly V. You guys know what I'm going to say. He's not black. This guy's not a black man. And the other guy's not white. This guy's not white. That guy's not white. And this one over here, this one over here, he's not Latino. That one's not Latino over here. That's not Latino, white, and black. Those three guys are blue. Those guys are, that's right, Cope Doggy Dog. Cope Doggy Dog. These guys are blue. They're not black, white, and Latino. No. They've committed to each other, to the thin blue line. That's what they did.
You called the whole back up on me for what? I was sitting
He called the blue line backup.
over there minding my business.
We can talk in this room right quick, and then we can wait for, I can get another.
Can I ask you who you are before I move forward? Because I don't know you. I was speaking to the chief of police and
there's another blue one. There's another blue one.
the city manager. I don't know why I got people here. I was with the city manager and the chief of police on Monday complaining about Mr. Antagonistic Bear. And I don't need them to send you to me because you're black. It doesn't work like that.
That doesn't matter. I'm Detective Bruno. I was just going to have.
And they're all dressed up.
Why would you give me, why did they send me a detective? Like, why did you come, sir? Did I cause that much disturbance around here? I was sitting there minding my business.
I don't know what was happening with him, but you
Right,
obviously
Joker?
didn't want to speak with him,
Exactly, and he kept antagonizing me. He followed me.
So if they talk to you like this and they talk like that, they don't really put you in chains and throw you in a dungeon.
All from over there, he followed me over here. Y'all pulled a tape just like he treated me bad the other day. I'm done talking because you guys are here. You're defending each other with your suits and stuff. Just leave me alone.
They're defending each other with their suits, and there's their flag and their badge and their commitment to the thin blue line.
Leave me alone.
He's a supervisor.
Oh, he's a supervisor? So when you get a supervisor, they're not all pigs. They're not all pigs. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not. Put a 1 in the chat if you think they're all pigs. Put a 2 in the chat if you think there's some that are not pigs. Let's just see, right? I don't think they're all pigs. I've changed my perspective after being in jail. There were good jail guards who treated me fairly. So that must mean there's good cops like Detective Matt Thornton on YouTube. But in this scenario here, I don't see the good cop. Do you? I don't see the good cop here.
But you obviously didn't want to speak with him?
Exactly, and he kept antagonizing me. He followed me all from over there. He followed me over here. Y'all pulled a tape, just like he treated me bad the other day. I'm done talking because you guys are here. You're defending each other with your suits and stuff. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
He's a supervisor.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. About 35%, about 35% of the room thinks there's some good cops. There's some putting some 2s in here. 7-3 or 6-4 about is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, the lieutenant, they buddies and friends. They work together, and I'll wait to speak to the chief of police. I don't want to.
How about that? How about that? Do we agree that the cops are all buddies and friends and they work together to work against you? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Put a 2 in the chat if you think cops are fair all the time. Put a 1 in the chat if you think cops are working together against you. Put a 2 in the chat if you think they're fair all the time. I just want to see. Good poll. Thank you for helping me.
Speak to anybody
What's
else.
TVO?
Y'all already had y'all huddle to get down here to talk to me, and I'm done with you 2 and you 3. Please. Thank y'all so much for y'all time and hospitalities.
She's not going to put up with it. Did I cover this yesterday? I think I did. So listen, you can't even go down and file a complaint on the police. If you go down to file a complaint on the cops, the same cop who you're there to file a complaint on might stop you at the door and bring backup to intimidate you so you can't file your complaint. And when you file a complaint, you're filing a complaint with the guy who trained the cop that you're filing the complaint on, or a bigger tyrant. I'll refrain from the PIGGIE. A bigger tyrant than the one who you're reporting on. Would that be correct or would that not be correct? I'm just trying to figure it out. Would that be right or would that be wrong? I'm just trying to figure out what you guys think. I want to get an overall consensus here on what you guys think, because remember, I'm nothing without you guys. I need your support. I can't do this alone. I'm not going to be able to run for any position in government without your support. So we got to make sure we have the barometer of the room so we know what's actually going on in the people's minds. Now, you guys want a moment of brevity, or should I just keep going on some cop videos here? I got a lot more cop videos here. But I got a pretty funny video here that I wanted to share. I wish this could be a video, but it's not quite a video. There's Javante. All right, we'll watch this. Just for a moment of comedy here, I thought this was pretty funny. This is pretty funny. So this woman goes in to see a matchmaker, and here's her match for her husband.
I'm just very clear on what I want.
So she's going to be very clear on what she wants, gentlemen. I want you guys to listen to this. This is unbelievable what she says here, and I just wanted to play it just for a moment of comedy.
A lot of boxes that need to be ticked. I know this man is out there, and it's just a matter of finding him. 7-figure salary.
Right.
Already said morning routine.
Yes.
That includes some sort of exercise with group accountability.
You have to go to a group exercise
as well
class
as
in the morning, gentlemen.
Very high nutrition, I'm going to say smoothie.
You have to have a high nutrition smoothie in the morning for her.
At least 5'10".
Got to be at least 5'10".
Generous.
I'm out. I'm only 5'8", so I'm out right away here.
To be obviously in very good shape.
Oh, you have to make 7 figures, and I don't make that, so I'm out with the very first question.
I need him to have a full head of hair.
I got the hair.
That's very important to me.
Okay.
Be a Christian, but not take it too seriously.
Don't take your faith too seriously.
Like, I don't want to have to go to church every Sunday.
I'm not going to church,
but
hey,
also
I need you to be a Christian.
I don't want to get into fights over religion either.
Right.
Sure, of course.
Makes sense. Sure.
I want him to have an impeccable wardrobe.
Oh,
I
man.
want his suits to be tailored.
You got to have tailored suits for her.
Mm-hmm. I want him to look good in greens and blues.
Because those are my colors.
Because those are complementary to what I look good in. Absolutely no jewelry.
Okay.
No jewelry.
Absolutely
No jewelry.
No tattoos.
No tattoos.
Okay.
Unless the only tattoo that would be acceptable would be a very small tattoo if he were in a secret society at an Ivy League university and was forced to get a tattoo, that I would make a pass for.
He was forced.
I want him to be from a good family. I'll know what that means when I see it, or what more well said, I'll know what wouldn't satisfy that criteria when I see it.
Okay.
Never been married.
Never been married. No kids.
I want to be his first wife.
First
Our
wife.
children are going to be his only children.
Mm-hmm.
No
Painful.
allergies.
This is painful.
Has to like animals. I would prefer that he's a cat person, but if he's a dog person, that's okay. I think that's it. How soon can you find the man that satisfies this checklist? Are we talking
She was starting to say I won't be able to, but she cut her off.
man that satisfies this checklist? Are we talking a week?
I won't be able to is what she was starting to say. Anyway, just a moment of brevity. I thought that was hilarious, and I wanted to share with you guys. Back to the message at hand. You guys hit the subscribe button. Double tap if you're watching on your phone to hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe, consider becoming a channel member. And now I'm going to show you 2 videos back to back. And there's a reason why I'm showing you these 2 videos back to back.
They dragged this lady from her car right now. We're at the Home Depot on Cicero. They just dragged her from her car.
They drug a lady from her car. I thought we were just getting the bad hombres. I thought we were just getting the really bad drug dealers, pedophiles, murderers, assaulters. I thought we were just getting the really bad hombres out of the country. This is a woman at Home Depot.
In St. Media, it's 11:30. We're here. It's Saturday, the 8th of November. They took her from her car. We didn't get her name. They dragged her. I have it on video.
They dragged her out of her car.
Her plates, if her family knows her. Look what they did to her car.
And what's the point? I mean, look, if we're going to get rid of the bad hombres, I could back that maybe because you're committing crimes, felonies in our country. But just grabbing some woman at Home Depot with this level of violence, whatever they do to them, they're going to do to us. Remember that.
They didn't even ask. Took her. These are her plates. If her family sees this video, they took her. It's 11:30 the Saturday. We're at the Home Depot on Cicero.
Vehicle they stated the single mom. She has 4 kids, and she's a single mom. One of the neighbors is gonna go check right now. I don't know. She said she was gonna go see if she can get a hold of someone, because then when her kids get home, we don't know.
Someone just unbelievable.
Who they're gonna come home to. So I gave them my phone number so they can contact me, and we can look into this later. We still have kids. If you see over there, there's still kids walking around waiting for their bus stop, and these guys are still around.
I thought we were just getting the bad hombres. I was down for getting the bad hombres. I wanted the people who assault and kill people kicked out of our country. That's what I wanted.
Clay Hanser. Llevaron a la ven, Clay Hanser.
So now the second follow-up video to that one is this one right here. This is an ICE guy who got arrested for DUI.
Thin blue line. But you and your homeboy, that's all right. He's Haitian. I got it.
Let me give you guys a little bit of backlog on this video. This ICE agent was arrested and pulled over and got a DUI. During his arrest, one of the officers on the scene was Haitian, spoke with a Haitian accent. This ICE agent then said, hey, wait a minute, are you Haitian? And then he said, I'm doing my job here. They placed the ICE agent under arrest because he had his 2 young children in the backseat of his truck as he was drunk driving. As we know, a lot of police, former military, a lot of people who work in policing in general do a lot of drugs and alcohol. Not all of them, but a good portion.
He didn't want to tell me.
So he's saying, I asked him about his citizenship and he didn't want to tell me.
He's Haitian. I got it. He didn't want to tell me. It's a motherfucker.
Can't be a cop without what? Except in California, you can be a cop without being a citizen.
Yeah,
or
but
a citizen.
the thing is,
American citizen.
there's all kinds of rules.
Right, Mr. Tips on Theory, but 4 out of 5 people don't beat their wives and children. Cops beat their wives and their children more than NFL players, more than NBA players, more than Major League Baseball players, NHL hockey players. Cops beat their wives. 2 out of 5 of them beat their wives and children, or children, higher than any other group of people. The same thing with substance abuse. In the policing agencies, in the policing industry, you have so many drug addicts and alcoholics. It's unbelievable. Oh, no, Jackson, I'm not leaving. I'm going into leadership. Thanks for coming by the chat, Jackson.
He don't want to tell me who he is, so...
Exactly, Chris Mexvet. Exactly.
Your buddy.
Read Chris's comment. You're exactly correct,
He does not want to tell
Chris.
me who he is.
Me?
He didn't want to tell me shit.
My partner, the one that you keep asking what he is, his name's Deputy Norris now.
Hey, he's Haitian.
Right.
American citizen, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, well, we'll check that.
So now he's threatening to check on the cop because they arrested him for DUI. If you're driving around with children in your car and you're drunk driving, you do need to be checked.
But he does not want to tell me anything. He seems to get nervous. So I'm going to run some checks when I get back. I'm not threatening or anything. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, we'll give it to our credentials.
I brought you right back, Savage. I brought you right back. I don't agree with you, but someone timed you out.
I'm not going to fucking do anything with you. But your boy talks a lot.
I'm not going to do anything with you, but your boy talks a lot of shit for arresting me for DUI. Pretty much, this guy thinks he's above the law.
A lot of shit. And does not want to tell me anything, so I'll run him, make sure he's legit and allowed to, you know, do the shit he's doing. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, whatever you got to do.
So let me address you, Savage, because Savage has said this a couple times. Ban all jails, let criminals run things. Oh, no, Savage. Ban all jails, yes. Get rid of all jails and all prisons. There is a certain sect that are criminally insane that will have to live in a box or in a completely isolated area from everybody else. About 5% of all jails and prisons, you have criminally insane people who will grape your children, kill your wife, stuff like that. There are people on this planet who have to go out with a pew, pew, pew because that's how they're going to go out. We know that. There's some psychos in our world. I'm not stupid, Savage. I agree with you. But putting people in dungeons in 1982 under Ronald Reagan's for-profit prison industry, for the first time in America, we hit 1 million people in jails and prisons. We've put at least 7 million people in prisons and jails every year since 1982. How's our society? How's the culture? Is our culture richer, better, less drug addicts, less DUIs, less substance abuse, safer for children? No, it's not. So putting people in dungeons and jails doesn't work. Savage, we got your point. Don't spam. They'll kick your ass out, bro. I'm addressing you, Savage. I stopped the video to talk to you. Jails and prisons don't work. If they worked, we wouldn't have millions in jails and prisons. They don't work. We have to rethink the whole deal.
I'm not
You're even supposed to be working right now. You just pulled over to help.
Well, he might have fucked himself then. Because he refused to answer any questions. He seemed to get real nervous. So I'll run him once I get out of here. And if he's not legit, oh, he's taking a ride back to Haiti.
It'll come out in my book, Bella.
Well, you know, he may be a nice...
And then the cop says, oh, no, he's a nice guy. Did you hear the copper?
Oh, he's taking...
The copper's going to tell the ICE agent. So we got two... Not all cops are Nazi prick pigs, okay? Good portion are. But all of the ICE Nazis are Nazi pigs. So you have the cop and the ICE Nazi talking back and forth about what a good guy the cop is.
Gonna ride back to Haiti.
Well, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Is he really?
Well, you know, he may be a nice guy, but laws are laws, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that. Laws are not laws. Remember, it used to be legal to own somebody. And it was legal for you to send over law enforcers to bring back that person's body, dead or alive, and it was legal. So laws are not law. Illegal's illegal. No, it's not. Because what's illegal today may not be illegal tomorrow. Remember what Trumpster said. He wanted to create a death penalty for all drug dealers. Then he pardoned Alice, the woman in jail for marijuana that Kim Kardashian helped get out. But under his policies, she would have been killed. Illegals for people who don't know history of our country.
So I'm going to dig into him and see what's up. You're a ginger, so I'm sure you're legal.
You're a ginger, so I'm sure you're legal. Is that Don Andre Investigations in the chat? Did I see you in there, Don Andre? I saw your name go across there. There he is. What is going on? You guys, listen, if you guys are not subscribed to Don Andre Investigations, this guy, his channel is unbelievable. Best investigative journalist on all of YouTube. Chris the Mex vet says prisons are a business. Chris the Mex, I'm so grateful you're a member of Team DLZ. You have been spot on since you came into this community. Prisons are a business. Jails are a business. And as long as we continue to lock our people up, they won't get better. Criminalization of drugs has created drug cartels. We legalize drugs, create space centers. This is all going to go in my book. You got to legalize all drugs and create space centers for people to go and do those chemicals in the space centers. Because if we continue with this criminalization of drugs, it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse for all of us. For every one of us. I got a couple videos here I want to show that came in yesterday. So I'm going to kill this. I'm going to open up the MP4.
I don't fucking stand behind
Go ahead.
All right?
Oh, yes, he
Go ahead.
does.
Touch me.
Guy's a coward.
Who do you think you're talking?
And
Talking to a coward.
means a lot coming from the guy that became a cop, right? Locks people down.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? Well, look at you, bro. What?
100%.
What?
Bring it up there.
What you going to do? Nothing. Kiss, boy.
Bro. Listen, bro. I don't fucking stand behind
Go ahead.
All right?
You look like
Go
you
ahead.
do, though.
Touch me.
Like that.
Touch me.
I don't know who you think
You look like you do.
I'll put a faucet on this that
Go
you...
ahead.
Okay.
You look like you do.
Stop resisting.
I already made a video about this guy the other day. It went viral. 500,000 people have seen this guy acting like a chumpzilla, like he's a real tough guy. But check this out. This is really sick.
Cop broke a man's neck, then told him to stop playing games while he was paralyzed and dying.
It's called pain compliance. Stop resisting.
Ow! I'm not resisting.
Gregory Gross was a 65-year-old Army veteran. Watch what this cop does next.
Decided you didn't want to go with the program. So now you're sitting here like a 3-year-old.
I can't breathe.
Are we going to keep doing this?
I can't breathe.
You're talking, you're breathing.
He broke his neck. Gross was now paralyzed from the waist down. Then the officer took him to the hospital.
I can't feel my legs, dude. I'm sorry. I can't feel my
They
legs.
ruined him.
Mr. Gross, we are done with your silly little games.
That's a game,
He wasn't
huh?
playing games. His neck was broken. He's paralyzed for life.
For
and
life.
listen to what the officer said after.
He was assisted to the ground.
3 years later, Gross won $20 million, one of the largest police settlements in California history. The officer no longer works there. This cop broke a man's neck.
Wow. So this is the actual video I wanted to show you guys, because this idea that secret masked police should be able to hit us with tear gas and mace and be able to shoot us with pepper balls, it is so misguided. Because take a look at this little girl. They maced her. They dropped I'll let it speak for itself.
That's what ICE does. That's what these terrorists do to babies. Mama, you okay, Mama? You okay? You okay, Mama? That's what ICE does. That's what these terrorists do to babies. Mama, you okay, Mama? You okay? You okay, Mama?
So sad. And listen to the whole story right here. There's no sound here for a second. They drive by him right here. The cop drives by him, the ICE agent. He sprays tear gas, pepper spray in his face as he's driving by. He tear gassed him as he was driving by.
That's what ICE does. That's what these terrorists do to babies. Mama, you okay, Mama? You okay? You okay, Mama? That's what ICE does. That's what these terrorists do to babies.
How do you look at that little girl and believe that she deserves to be pepper sprayed as they drive by? That's so sick, man. That's so morbid.
Mama, you okay, Mama? You okay?
And look at him. He's got snot and puke going down the front of his shirt. And by the way, he's an American citizen. These are not the droids they were looking for. He's an American citizen. They maced him on suspicion that he could be an illegal immigrant. He's here legally, Josh. Josh, this man's an American citizen, dude. Are you not listening to what I'm saying to you?
You okay, Mama?
Watch as they pass by. They shoot pepper spray in his car based on reasonable articulable suspicion that he's brown-skinned, so he must be an illegal immigrant. They sprayed it as he was driving. Of course, he pulled over. They found out he was a legal citizen, but they'd already maced him and his child, that little 5-year-old girl. Look at the mace come into his car. It's just, I don't see how in the world that we are allowing this to happen. These guys should be charged. These guys should be charged. We know your position, Josh. You don't got to spam it, dude. We got you, dude. I saw you. I saw you, man. I'm sorry you feel that way. You're one of the... Hey, BTC, thank you for the super chat. BTC said California residents are allowed to be cops. Welcome, everybody. Eyes Soft, the Wakened. Everybody, welcome Eyes Soft to Team DLZ. Eyes Soft, welcome. Thanks for coming to the channel. I really appreciate it. I saw this video this morning, and I actually downloaded, I screen recorded this. This actually comes in from a viewer who sent this in to me, and I want to talk.
Down the road.
Okay, so now, who lives in a stop and ID state? Put a 1 in the chat if you live in a stop and ID state. There are 22 stop and ID states. If you live in one, please put a 1 in the chat if you know you live in a stop and ID state. Oh, she's 1, not 5. I'm so sorry, Demon. Yeah, she was 1 year old, not 5 years old. Wow, that's crazy. Put a 1 in the chat if you live in a stop and ID state. And this comes directly from a viewer who sent this to me that I'm going to see if I can help him in some way. But I want to know if you live in a stop and ID state first.
Hey.
I screen recorded this morning.
Hey, stop. Huh? You in a what? I can still stop you.
He says, he tells him to stop. He ain't in a car. Eyes Soft with a super chat. Save yourselves. Learn your rights. Read the Constitution. Police don't know the Constitution. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Eyes Soft. You should have my trifold in your car. You should have all the case law memorized. You should know this backwards and forwards. I should make more videos about how to use your trifold. I will eventually.
Because you're stumbling down the sidewalk. I'm just trying to check on you. Okay, what's your name?
I can give you my name.
You have to.
I absolutely do not have to, and if you don't back
Send
up...
me another.
So he says, you have to give me your name. But this is in Ohio, which is not a stop and ID state. So you know what Ohio did? They passed a statute, code, or ordinance that says that if the cop has reasonable articulable suspicion, then they can get your first name, last name, date of birth.
Back up. Back up.
No.
Back up.
Stop.
Back up.
No.
Back up.
What's your name?
Back up. I don't have to give you my name. What crime am I, what's your RAS? What's your RAS?
It's the intox because you're stumbling down the road.
I've never stumbled.
I watched you the whole sidewalk go back and forth.
In a stop and ID state, if the cop says he has reasonable articulable suspicion of you, you have to give him your first and last name. Did you know that? Put a 1 in the chat if you know that now. If you live in a stop and ID state and the cop says that he can articulate reasonable articulable suspicion, you have to give him your first name and last name. Thank you to the unelected Supreme Court that screws us every time.
I'm working on my phone.
What's your name?
I'm not giving you my name.
You have to.
I absolutely do not
or you'll
have
be under
to.
arrest.
No, you absolutely do now. You don't have to give ID. The trifold is correct. The trifold says you don't have to give ID, BTC. The trifold says you don't have to give ID. It's right. But I didn't add enough in it. If the cop can articulate reasonable articulable suspicion, you have to give him your first name and last name. I don't like it. It's not what I want. I'm telling you the law, especially in stop and ID states. If he says he has reasonable articulable suspicion that you're drunken in public intoxication, whatever they want to call it, or if they use the Ohio revised statute here and they've created a statute, code, or ordinance, and this is going to be stop and ID 2921.29, a person who's in a public space and is stopped by a cop who has reasonable suspicion that the person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime, they must disclose their name, address, or date of birth if asked. And this is all because of the 2004 case of Heibel. My information on my literature that I sell to people on my cop card and trifolds, it is correct. You don't have to give ID. You do have to give your first and last name if that dirty cop can say he has reasonable articulable suspicion and can articulate a crime. You have to know this. I'm going to be covering it ad nauseum over the next few weeks.
Okay, I absolutely
Turn around.
don't have to.
Turn around.
No.
You're going to get tased.
If you
Turn
tase
around.
me, you are going to get...
Turn around.
I'm turning around. Put your hands
Poor
behind your
guy.
back. No.
Put your hands behind your back now.
I do not have to. I'm not...
Put your hands behind your back.
I do not have to. I am not being... I have not committed a crime. You have no reasonable...
Put your hands behind your back.
That I have committed a crime.
Put your hands...
No. He started off with the reasonable articulable suspicion. Remember that. He started off with it. We're at 1 minute here. Listen to this.
Hey.
Listen. Here's the Raz right here.
Hey, stop.
I ain't driving. I'm not driving.
You know what?
I'm not.
I can still stop you.
I'm not in a car. How can you pull me over?
Because you're
What are you stopping me for? Here's his reasonable articulable suspicion. You're stumbling all over the road. Eyes of the Awakened has put in all the stops and ID states. There should be 22 there, Eyes of the Awakened. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Eyes, to Team DLZ. Thanks for coming.
stumbling down the sidewalk.
You're stumbling down the sidewalk. Now, who's the judge going to believe? Is the judge going to believe you or the cop? Is the judge going to believe you or the cop? I just want to know right now. Put it in the chat. Is he going to believe you? He's going to believe you. He's going to believe the cop. Put it in the chat. Who is the cop going to believe? Who's the judge going to believe? The judge is going to believe the cop that you were stumbling down the road. And so now you have to give your first name, last name, and possibly your date of birth.
I'm trying to check on you. Okay, what's your name?
22 states.
I ain't giving you my name.
You have to.
I absolutely do not have to, and if you don't back up...
There it is. So now you absolutely don't have to. They argue back and forth. Now we're back up to where we were
Put
here.
your hands behind your back now.
I do not have to. I'm not...
Put your hands behind your back.
I do not have to.
Does he, though?
I have not committed a crime.
What is the fourth part of Terry versus Ohio? The first one is officer safety over all your rights. The second one is reasonable articulable suspicion is created with Terry versus Ohio. The third one is the cop can pat you down, stop and frisk. The fourth one is the cop can detain you in torture cuffs. This is a Terry stop. This is a Terry stop right here when the cop says,
I do not have to. I'm not. Put your hands behind your back. I do not have.
Right there, the cop can detain you, and if you don't stop, turn around and put your hands behind your back, and you defy a single order, the judge is going to convict you of resisting arrest because you don't know the process.
I am not being. I have not committed a crime. You have no reasonable. Put your hands behind your back. That I have committed a crime. Put your hands behind your back. Look, if you do not get that fucking taser away from me, put your hands behind your back now. I'm not worried about it. Shoot me. Shoot me. I'm not worried about it. Back. You're under arrest.
So, of course, the cop's a jackboot thug pig. Put it in the comment section, JBTP. JBTP. Please put it in the comment section. Good to see you, Henry. Thanks for coming, Henry. Missed you, brother. But right here, we get to see that this cop actually doesn't escalate to taser violence. He escalates to violence, but not taser violence.
Now. I'm not worried about it.
So he says, I'm not worried about it. He's holding his phone. He's not in a fighting stance, doesn't pose any threat. So the cop puts the taser away to his credit and goes to violence with physical hands.
Shoot me. Shoot me. I'm not worried about it. Back. You're under arrest. No, what am I under arrest for?
Failure to disclose.
I'm not.
Failure to,
you have no reasonable articulate suspicion.
Failure to disclose your first name and last name. Everybody has to learn this. We're seeing it applied now. I just went to Utah. We saw the guy convicted because he didn't give his first and last name. He thought he had a right to remain silent. He doesn't. You don't have the right to remain silent anymore. The Supreme Court has screwed us again. And each state like Ohio that's not a stop and ID state has created statutes, codes, and ordinances around Hybel. Hybel versus Nevada 6th Judicial Court, 2004, says that you have to give your first name, last name, and possibly your date of birth with reasonable articulable suspicion because Utah's a stop and ID state. Ohio is not, so they created a statute, code, or ordinance that says you have to give your first name and last name if there's reasonable articulable suspicion. Everybody's got to understand this. Everybody's got to learn this. This is fairly new. It's only now really being applied to people on the street. That if you don't give your first name and last name, you're in violation of the law. It's assault. You don't have a Fifth Amendment anymore.
Back. Dude, you're assaulting me right now. Bag. You are assaulting me right now.
Relax.
You are assaulting me right now.
Put it down.
Hey, you are breaking my phone, dude.
Then fucking drop it.
What are you doing, man?
Drop your phone.
What are you doing?
Drop your phone.
Get off my phone.
Hold this phone.
Get off my phone,
You're going to
dude.
get tased.
You're holding my phone?
You're going to get tased.
What are you doing?
Give me your hands.
What are you doing?
He's souping up the 50,000 volts to shoot you with the taser.
Oh, you guys are in trouble.
They're not.
You are.
No, they're
what
not.
Am I in trouble
You're going
for?
to jail.
I'm not going to jail.
He is going to jail.
You guys are in trouble.
He's going to jail.
You guys are in trouble. You
21.
literally shattered my phone, dude. Because I was recording. That's a violation of my First Amendment, buddy.
Well, it could be a violation of your First Amendment, of your Fourth Amendment, of an unreasonable search and seizure. The problem is that these cops are getting away with it because of Hybel. Because of Hybel versus 6th Judicial Court of Nevada. They're getting away with doing this to us. It's happening. It's real.
CFTK TV was recently informed of an incident involving the terrorist RCMP that allegedly took place on Halloween night at the Best Western Gators Lounge and was caught on camera. The lounge was hosting a Halloween fundraiser for youth basketball teams when terrorist RCMP officers appeared and were captured on camera.
Did you see him stick his elbow in this lady's ear? Watch this. He sticks his elbow in her ear.
On camera. The lounge was hosting...
So do you see her? Honestly, she looks like somebody's mother to me. That's what she looks like. When she's sitting here right there, look at her. She looks like somebody's mother. She looks like my mother. That's what my mother looks like, to be honest with you. My mom's a short, plump, little German-Irish woman. And she looks like my mom.
Hosting a Halloween fundraiser for youth basketball teams when terrorists
He sticks his elbow in her ear. Put a 1 in the chat if you see it. Did you see him stick her elbows in her ear? Did you guys just see that?
MP officers appeared and were captured on camera restraining an elderly Indigenous woman using what witnesses described on social media as shocking levels of force without apparent reason. It's not currently known why exactly the officers showed up at the scene. CFTK TV News has reached out to both witnesses.
So just so you know, the policy, procedure, and protocol in Canada is the same policy, procedure, and protocol here in America. That the cop's job is to take her down to the ground, put your body weight on top of her, and like the CBC 1984 said, put your knee into her.
Witnesses and without a Western Gate were captured on and was caught on camera. The lounge was hosting.
So there she is right there. She's literally 5 foot tall, not even.
A Halloween fundraiser.
So then they throw her on the ground. He sticks his elbow in her ear.
For youth basketball teams when terrorist RCMP officers appeared and were captured on camera restraining an elderly Indigenous woman using...
Sticks his knee in her face. Put a 1 in the chat if sticking your knee in someone's face is wrong. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a badge or not. You putting your knee in someone's... This woman's in her 60s, maybe 70s. Putting your elbow in her ear to push her head to the ground is wrong. Sticking your knee in her face is wrong. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these people.
What witnesses described on social media as shocking levels of force
She had to push his knee off her face.
It's not currently known why exactly
Look
the
at that.
officers showed up at the scene.
Why did he just yank on the back of her head?
Exactly, the officers showed up. It's not currently
Watch.
known why exactly.
Why'd he just do that to her? For what reason?
It's not currently known why exactly the officers showed up at the scene. CFTK TV News has reached out to both witnesses and the RCMP and will have a follow-up on the situation as more information becomes available.
Wow. Just, I mean, we're living in a complete system of absolute oppression, and there's no one who's doing our bidding. The Supreme Court is working against us in every way. They're 100% working against us.
The shocking brutality that earned a police sergeant a criminal conviction. Pamela Somerville was brought into Melksham Police Station in Wiltshire after being found asleep in her car and failing to provide a sample of her breath. Custody Sergeant Mark Andrews, a former soldier, was caught on CCTV grabbing hold of her in the station lobby and dragging her across the floor. He then shoved her into a cell where she collapsed.
Oh my God. Did you see what he just did to her arm? Oh my God. Oh my God. He tore her rotator cuff. Guarantee it. Watch her arm.
Grabbing hold of her in the station lobby.
Okay, he has her arm. He's holding her wrist and her elbow. The fulcrum can't rotate. So if there's no rotation, it's going to tear. Watch.
And dragging her across the floor.
She's on the ground. He's still got her wrist and elbow. So the fulcrum, the point of the lever, can't rotate. So all you're going to get is this, and it's going to tear her shoulder.
He then shoved her into a cell where she collapsed. Ms. Somerville, then aged 57, was filmed lying on the floor before struggling to get up.
Wow, this is unreal police violence. This is unreal. I mean, specifically and to be honest, intentionally, because it's a woman he's doing this to.
And dragging her across the floor. He then shoved her into a cell where she collapsed. Ms. Somerville, then aged...
Wow, he threw her face down onto the floor.
Caught on CCTV, grabbing hold of her in the station lobby and dragging her across the floor. He then shoved her into a cell.
This part right here. He's a man, she's a woman. He's going to shove her face down onto the floor.
Where she collapsed.
Oh my God. He threw her face down onto the hard ground. Face first. Look at that. She's going to hit her face on the ground. That's incredible.
Ms. Somerville,
boom,
then aged 57, was filmed lying on the floor before struggling to get up with blood pouring from her head. Another person examined the wound, and she was later taken.
I was correct. He threw her, and she hit her face first on the ground.
To hospital and given stitches. Another officer reported 37-year-old Andrew's behavior following the incident in July 2008. He was eventually convicted of assault causing actual bodily harm after a trial at Oxford Magistrates Court. He'll be sentenced on Tuesday. Whatever punishment magistrates decide on, he's likely to lose his job.
Likely to lose his job? I don't give a shit about him losing his job. I want him charged and put in the cage that he puts other people in. I don't even agree with caging unless you're a violent pig and you need to go there. And I'm not just talking about cops. You go around hurting people in our society, fuck you, dude. You got to be segregated. You can't do that. You can't just go and hurt people randomly because you want to. That shit is fucked up, man. You can't do it. We're living in such a screwed up system that we don't have any accountability for the people who are empowered to uphold the law. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, so this is another vicious one. You guys remember Dog the Bounty Hunter? He had a kid. Oh, this is a different one. Forgive me. This video contains images and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. See the guy standing over there?
Are you monitoring the cameras? Alright, be ready. Still not there. Get on black.
What? What did we just see? Let me open this a little bigger so I can actually see what's happening over here. So this guy's standing here. Okay. So as he is restrained and detained on the ground, he's surrounded. This cop is going to take his right arm and he's going to cheap shot him right in the face. What kind of cheap ass? Put cheap shot in the comment section. That was a cheap shot right there. You dirty JBTP. What a pig. I mean, they're not all pigs. What a pig. Punch him in the face. Was it a face punch or was it a punch in the side? Okay, you actually have to see this. You got to see this. Punches him in the face. The other guard's going to get up. Grabs a chair. Is this guy on methamphetamines? Is this guy on meth? You see the guy who threw the chair? Just watch his mannerisms. There's something wrong with him. He wipes his elbow, wipes his face. This guy pacing comes over here. Look at him. He's on. There he is. Wiping his face. Stands up. What's wrong with this guy? They're punching him. Here comes the methed out guy. It's one thing to have 400 pounds on this guy's back. It's another thing to knee the guy in the back while you have 400 pounds on his back. He tries to knee him in the back, but he's not athletic enough to actually get his leg up and to hammer him. Oh, there's plenty of overweight people who are methed out. There's plenty. Plenty of people do meth that are heavy. Look at the amount of blood that's pooled up on the floor from where they beat his face in.
I don't know what the fuck he did. I can't do shit.
Whoa, this guy is messed up.
I'm taking the fuck up.
This is sick. Look at the amount of blood on the floor. This guy's still losing his shit. This guy right here is methed out or cracked out or just retarded. Watch him. Watch him. Right here. He throws the taser on the ground.
Use your hands, okay? Don't look at goddamn shit. There's no way. This on goddamn now. This on goddamn now. Goddamn. God,
I'm going to go back to the beginning of this real quick. So this says, A former Blount County Correction Sergeant has been convicted in the unprovoked beating of an inmate who was captured on video surveillance. A jury Wednesday, August 13th, 2025, found 45-year-old Joseph Ray Snow guilty of second-degree assault and failure of duty or violation of the law. This happened in 2022. I want to try to keep track of which guards are which. This is the same one who's losing his mind during the entire thing, and you can't see it, but he's actually over here in the corner trying to put something into a computer or whatever, and this guy's against the wall saying something to him, so he's over here, and then this guy is over here on the wall, and this is Joseph Snow. That guy's named Joseph Snow. You see him over there, right? Okay, so now watch what happens next. Where does the guy on the ground, where does his face get busted open? Because he starts bleeding everywhere. Is it on the cheap shot? Is that what busts his face open? Punched him in the face there. He's completely unhinged. Look at him. He's like methed out or drugged out. Look at him running around. Wow, it's incredible. In Alabama, jail sergeant Joseph Ray Snow is caught on camera brutally attacking a handcuffed inmate, a man arrested only for public intoxication. The video shows Joseph Snow slamming the inmate's head into the wall face first, throwing a chair, and kicking him in the face while the other cops held him down, leaving him bloodied and seriously hurt. A jury found Snow guilty of committing a crime of assault, and even the sheriff who fired him said this kind of abuse has no place in law enforcement. He was sentenced in October of 2025. But look at Joseph Snow just losing his mind. Here's Joseph Snow. Now he's back here. Now he's going to come back out. He's got the taser now. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Alabama and Oklahoma, those two states I know of, they lock you up for decades. So this guy who's tripping out, bath salts, meth, whatever he's on, he got sentenced to 10 years in prison for what he did here. Look at how much blood is on the floor. Look at that amount of blood that this guy's in. Look how much blood is on the floor. He punches him. As the guy, remember, this guy was arrested for public intoxication only, and now he's on the floor bleeding everywhere. He's saying, please God, help me. Wow.
We need your hands, okay? Don't look at how damn shit. There's no way. This on goddamn power. This on goddamn power. Goddamn.
On the ground, bleeding. Wow. Wow. It's just so unbelievable what we're seeing. It's constant. It's every day. We keep seeing it every day in every way. It is really pathetic what we're seeing. And here's another copper. And you guys know, I'm not sure. And my friend Letso TVO, are you still in the chat? Letso TVO knows what I'm talking about. Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're more likely to be killed by police in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My friend Brick Jonesy knows this, than you are in any other state in America. Dark Matter is here. What's going on, Playboy?
We have some new information tonight. An Albuquerque police officer is dead from an apparent suicide after an hours-long standoff with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office.
According to deputies, that officer was the suspect in a domestic violence investigation.
Oh, there's a shocker. There's a shocker, right? Shakur Capital. There's a real shocker. He's being investigated for domestic violence. 2 out of 5 cops beat their wives or children or both.
Zach Rael has been looking into this case for everybody today. So, Zach, you also spoke with an advocate for domestic violence victims about the resources available out there.
Wow, I'm shocked they didn't talk to the Fraternal Order of Police for a comment from them.
Trevor, in this disturbing case, the victims are being praised for having the courage to come forward and seek help. And advocates I spoke with today say that this case highlights the fact that anyone can become a victim.
Victims are never alone in the process.
That is the message from domestic violence victims advocates as we learn of horrific abuse allegations.
Do you notice the shift? Now the shift is about domestic violence and protecting women versus 2 out of 5 cops beat their wives, children, or both. The shift happened right here in front of you. You may not have noticed it because you're not trained to catch these things, but I am. That's why I'm sharing with you what I've just seen. This should be a story about cops who are the number one group of people that beat their wives or children as professions go. Instead, this conversation's about domestic violence for women, not that the cops are the number one perpetrators of it.
Against now
Victims are never alone in the process.
That is the message from domestic violence victims advocates as we learn of horrific abuse allegations against now deceased Albuquerque police officer Dominic Castro. According to the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, on Wednesday, Castro's victim and her child ran to a school in the East Mountains for safety and to report the ongoing domestic abuse. Deputies obtained a warrant for Castro on charges including kidnapping, rape, false imprisonment, battery, and child abuse.
He does not look like a psycho, does he? Put a 1 in the chat if this guy looks like a psycho. I mean, sadly, he's not with us anymore. It's a real disappointment that the guy who oppresses us, chains us, cages us, put us in dungeons, and then beats his wife severely. It's a real shame that he offed himself, isn't it?
BCSO tried to arrest Castro at his home in Cedar Crest, but they say after an hours-long standoff, they found Castro dead inside from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The sheriff's office says no deputies fired their weapons. According to APD, Castro joined their department in July of 2023.
There's a power dynamic, and the the victims face additional barriers due to that power dynamic.
Jody Jaramillo is with
let's be honest. Victims of domestic violence from police can't get help. They can't go to the cops the cop works with because they won't do anything. We've seen it time and time and time again, over and over and over. Bella, you know that, right? We all know this to be true.
The Rape Crisis Center of Central New Mexico. She says in this case, the victim did the right thing by going somewhere public and safe.
Like a local hospital. At hospitals, if they're being stalked or followed, there's lots of video cameras around that.
A protective order the victim filed this week says Castro had threatened to burn down their house. Deputies say they did find fire damage inside.
Anyone can become a victim, too, of domestic violence. There's no socioeconomic status.
And we did reach out to APD for a comment. Chief Harold Medina sent a statement saying in part, quote, "We attempted throughout the day to try and convince the officer to surrender to law enforcement. Unfortunately, he chose a different outcome. While we do not know the circumstances that led to the officer's actions, we are using this as an opportunity to remind all officers of the behavioral health services that are available to them. And we have resources and groups available for victims of domestic violence posted along with this story over on KOB.com.
You know, it's just real simple. You know, we have a problem with the policies, procedures, and protocols that these cops follow. As long as we have these policies, procedures, and protocols, we'll never have a free America. It'll never work out for us. As long as cops can say, oh, I was just following policy. I was following procedure. We just saw those 3 San Antonio pigs because they were pigs. We just saw those 3 San Antonio pigs got away with murder, and they said, no, we were following our policies, procedures, and protocols. So do you think maybe, boiled corruption, do you think maybe the policies, procedures, and protocols need to be changed? Do you understand that? I think that your assessment's a little bit off. Looks like you got booted, but I mean, the truth is, it's so funny. As long as we continue to make excuses for their policies, procedures, and protocols, you and I will be subjected to their policies, procedures, and protocols. That's what has to be changed. That's why I'm going to go into government and be your mayor or your governor, because the policies, procedures, and protocols is what has to be changed. The only way policy gets changed is from the top down. We're seeing that with Trump, right? With ICE. You may love Trump, you may hate Trump. We are seeing that leadership at the top of government can change the policy of organizations. So that means the mayor of New York City can change the policies, procedures, and protocols of the NYPD. The mayor of Los Angeles can change the policies, procedures, and protocols of the LAPD. The governor of Arkansas can change the policies, procedures, and protocols of all police in that state. And that's what has to happen. We absolutely have to get there. We have to get there. If we don't get there, we're all screwed. Really. We still got 300 people in the room. Let's play a Chevy song, shall we? Chevy, you still here? Chevy, are you still in the chat? Chevy. Let's play a Chevy song. If you guys don't know my friend Chevy, he makes songs.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in the crosshairs in police legality. Open your mind, look up to the street and see I'm just a Chille Jose DeCastro standing for my liberty. The officer said easy come, easy go, daily laws you can't just fight. I'm officer friendly, put your hands inside Team DLZ. You're that guy with the signs, aren't you right? Mama, I just said I'm an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. Why the escalating drama? He said I was resisting arrest, but my hands were in my
Yes.
Failure to comply leads to conviction for resisting arrest.
Yes. Chevy, you have really outdone yourself. Chevy is absolutely teaching statute, code, and ordinance through his music here. Chevy, this is spot on, brother. This is spot on.
Policy changes.
Fred, I'll answer in a question in a second. Spot on, Chevy. You nailed this. Yeah, no problem. Let me give this to you. I'm gonna drop the link for this down in the chat. This is the song that Chevy created. Someone just asked for the link. Let me send it over. Make sure you subscribe to my buddy Chevy. This guy's so prolific in his song creation. And I just want to play this one more time, and I want to listen to the words. There's the link for the song if you guys can get it. I think this is on OTVO Meyer Maiden. Listen to the words here real quick. Listen to this.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in the crosshairs in police legality.
Police legalities.
Open your mind, look up to the street and see. I'm just a Chille Jose DeCastro.
That's me.
Standing for my liberty.
Standing for liberty, baby.
The officer said easy come, easy go, daily laws you can't just fight. I'm officer friendly. Put your hands inside Team DLZ. You're that guy with the signs, aren't you right? Mama, I just said I'm an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. Why the escalating drama? Resisting arrest, but my hands were in my collar. It all started with my failure to ID.
Started with my failure to ID.
When he hollered, Mama, the officer said he had rest, but for what? I ask you now. He claimed allowing for illegal detention.
He says he has RAS. It used to be an illegal detention, but that's correct. The basis was hollow.
Though I wish this would end right now. Mama, they say this is a stop and ID state, a cruel, harsh thing. But
a stop and ID state means that if the cop says you have reasonable articulable, if the cop says he has reasonable articulable suspicion, you have to give him your first name and last name. In stop and ID states, if he can articulate RAS.
Precedent from high Bellevue, Nevada, clarity does bring. A person must provide their first and last name.
Yes, you have to provide your first and last name. When an officer articulates RAS. Chevy, round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. When an officer articulates RAS, you have to tell him your first and last name. It is such a violation of our Fifth Amendment right. And remember, a lot of people will say, illegal is illegal, or you can't break the law. This will be overturned in the next 30, 40 years. It's a violation of our Fifth Amendment, whether we have a right-wing authoritarian Supreme Court right now or not. It will shift sooner or later, and this will be struck down.
To comply leads to conviction.
That's right.
For resisting arrest. From non-compliance. He said, I refuse an action that a law officer required of them.
So Ohio is not a stop and ID state? Utah is, where I just was. The video we saw earlier was from Ohio. New police training. Top down. Top down. Top down. Great stuff, Chev. Great stuff. Everybody stuck around. Still got a couple hundred people left in the room. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to work on my teaching board today. I'm going to really nail it out. Hopefully this guy comes in tomorrow at 10. Guy's got a camera going to come in. I got to DM him, and I'm going to shoot some stuff tomorrow on the wall, so I'm looking forward to it. Chevy! Round of applause for Chevy. Great song, Chevy. Thanks for coming. Do Not Disturb Audits. Good to see you, Raw Weber. Good to see you, Rosemary Hope, Rancho Relaxo, Sacramento Lenny. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Let's Go TVO in the chat. Bruce, Greg. I didn't see Mikey. I hope Mikey comes back. Miss you, Mikey B. Please come back. Bruce, always good to see you, man. Always good to see you guys. So, Danelle Brown, BS Unleashed, Charmaine Jones, Joker. Good to see you. Maddie was in the chat. What's up, everybody? Harry Bird was here. Nice to see you, Harry. Thanks for coming by, dude. Nice to see everybody. You guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I really appreciate you guys coming. It means a lot to me. Hit the subscribe button. Consider becoming a channel member. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Chevy, thanks for the song, brother. I'll see you on the next one. Chad Sr. Later, Gators. Hopefully.